So welcome to Essential Money Talks. And today we're going to talk about new beginnings. Okay, let's talk about the different new beginnings that we have in our life. And making sure that everything's going well with the technical. So one of the first new beginnings that we have is our birth. It's a new beginning. We are born. And for the next 18 years of our life, basically, we're having lots of new beginnings as all the things that we learn. We then, go maybe move away for the first time when we go to university. And then we find someone and we get married. And then we may buy a home together, get our first home. We may then have children, get a new job, or get a new career. There's also new beginnings that we have on our calendar year. And it is January 1st. We all know January 1st is very symbolic of a new beginning or a new year. But we also have another part of the year that is also kind of a new beginning to do with your finances, and that's end of financial year, which is the end of financial year is June 30th in Australia, and then July 1st is the beginning of the new financial year. So financial years in Australia go from the 1st of July to June 30th of the following year. I think in the US, I'm pretty sure it might go from January 1st to December 31st. But no matter what, wherever you live, there is a financial year and a new beginning. And so I want you to think, and please put a message below. What are some of your new beginnings? Or you may actually be experiencing a new beginning at the moment. And I was talking to someone this week, and they were saying, I do not like that first day at a new job. And so, in fact, the anxiety of that was kind of preventing them from maybe actually getting a job because of that first day, because that's a big new beginning. But we all have that. Everyone feels those emotions of anxiety and nervousness and stress about, a new job. And that is with everything in our life. We have, am I good enough? Are they going to like me? Can I do the job? Or whatever it is, we all have that self-doubt. And that's one thing that we need to just get rid of. This is when we really need to learn to love ourselves and acknowledge that we are greater than we think we are. And we have divine heritage, and we can do whatever we want if we set our mind to it. And yes, that means that you might go through some uncomfortable, anxious emotions when you're starting something new, but it's like when a woman is 9 months pregnant. She's very big, she's very uncomfortable, yet she is willing to go through a little bit of pain, or sometimes a lot of pain. Most times it's a lot of pain. Sometimes it's only friends of ours, they just had their first and it was only an hour and a half. My first delivery was 6 hours, so that was quite short. And then the next one was 3, and then the next one got even shorter. But I was willing to go through that anxiety and pain because I wasn't happy with my current situation. Okay, I was 9 months pregnant. Plus I knew the baby had to come out. Whether I wanted it to or not and go through that pain, I knew it had to come out. But I was excited to go through that because I knew on the other end I would have a beautiful baby. And that's how it is with all our anything we try new. We may have to go through that uncomfortableness before it actually becomes, we get that reward. But no pain, no gain. And I know I love, as a teenager, and I kind of like doing weights. Now, I don't do too many weights now because of my knees. They just don't like that. But I used to love that pain you got after you had worked out at the gym, because that was a pain that told me that I was actually progressing, that I had, as from my understanding, when you exercise, you kind of stretch your menical tears in your muscles. And so then your body rebuilds and rebuilds even stronger. And so, yeah, so what are your new beginnings? Is there a dream or a goal that you've had that maybe you had as a child that you thought you would be living right now that hasn't come true? Is there something you want to see yourself doing in a year's time or in 5 years' time? Well, then today is the perfect time to start that new beginning. And every day is a new beginning. I remember when I was a teenager, I used to, like most young girls, always dieting. And so I would be dieting, and then it would come to Friday night where I'd go out with my friends and go to a dance. And then on the way home, we'd always go to a place and have food and ice cream. And I love my ice cream. And so I would go and I would totally just pig out because I'd been really good all week. And then I would feel bad. And so then I would just keep eating the rest of the weekend. I'll wait till Monday, until I realized that every day is a new beginning, not just Mondays. We always say, oh, I'm going to start that diet on Monday. I have a daughter who keeps saying, oh, I'm going to start keto on Monday. And it's just kind of become the family joke. But I realized that I don't have to wait till Monday, that Saturday morning when I woke up after going out at night was a new beginning. And then I also stopped punishing myself that I had a night out and ate what I wanted. That was okay, because I knew that I could just go right back to it the next day. And so beginnings are very exciting, and we can have them throughout our day. And of course, there's those big events. Our family is looking forward to a beautiful new beginning on Thursday. So my grandson, many of you know that he was born just over a year ago. He was born profoundly deaf. And so welcome, Dawn. Thank you for joining us. And so, yeah, he just celebrated his first birthday about a week and a half ago. And last Tuesday, he had his cochlear implant surgery. So he has a dual. He's profoundly deaf in both ears. He had his surgery last Tuesday to implant the thing under his skin behind his ears of the cochlears. And in 2 days' time, on Thursday, it's the switch on, which means that they're going to put the one on the outside that talks to the one on the inside, and he's actually going to hear for the first time with his cochlear implants. Now, I just get emotional thinking about it because I'm so excited. In fact, when I did this live last week, he was actually getting ready to go into surgery. So we're really excited for this new beginning for him to actually hear sound. And it's been interesting because when they do cochlears, if he did have very minimal sound, more environmental sound, he didn't hear voices or any range in that. And so in putting in the cochlears, it actually removes all sound. And so for the last 10 days, he's been in complete silence, which has been it was a new beginning for him, because at least when he had his hearing aids on before, he heard certain things. And so he's having this 10-day of silence. And then on Thursday, he'll be switching on. And so we're really excited for that new beginning for him to hear. And it is going to be literally a new beginning. He's going to be like a newborn who has never heard, or even really in the womb, he probably didn't hear either. So he's going to hear all the sounds of the ocean and his mother's voice and his sister's voice and his grandma's voice, and all these things is going to be a new experience and a new beginning for him, which of course will come a lot of therapy and speech therapy. But we're really excited for that. And so every day is a new beginning. Okay. Today is a new beginning. And that is why I love what I do, because I help people forget the past. Okay. The past is the past. It's time to look at the future and start today and create a better future. Okay? The past is the past. You can't change the past, but we all have the power to change the future. And so I am a spending planner. Okay, so I specialize in teaching people how to plan their spending for the future. Now, traditional budgeting is heavy on tracking where you spent your money in the past. Now, the money's gone. So don't spend why would you spend time seeing where you spent your money in the past? Because I've never heard of anyone say, I wish I would have spent more money last year, or I wish I would have spent more money last month. They're always saying, no, I want to do better in the future. So instead of investing time in the past, counting how much you spend, which you're never going to be happy with, then invest that time in how you're going to spend your money in the future, because that is where your success lies. The difference, the analogy I give with a spending plan and a budget is when you're driving, and up the back here, you'll see, there it is, one of my paintings. That's actually one of my first paintings that I did about 6 years ago. And imagine those mountains that we're going to skiing in those mountains. And so that's your destination. You're in your car, okay, you're on the road and you're looking ahead, and you also have a rear view mirror. So you have your windscreen, which you're looking forward. You have your rear view mirror, which looks in the past. Now, if you're on a road and up ahead is going to be a curve, and you're looking in your rear view mirror, then what's going to happen? Are you going to get to your destination, or are you going to maybe crash? Because you're actually looking in the past instead of the future, that's where it's going to get you to your destination. So the analogy is your windscreen is your spending plan, your future way of how you're going to spend your money, and you have a destination and financial goals. And your past, welcome to Sekandar and Baleen. Anyway, welcome, and hope that you're enjoying this. So the rearview mirror is like the budget. That's looking in the past. Okay, if we keep looking in the past when we're driving to our destination, we're never going to get to our destination because we're so focused on the past. There is a purpose for the past, but it's quick, just like when you're driving. When you're driving, you do a quick glance in your rearview mirror, and that is it. And that's all you need to know. We don't need a long look in the past to know that you want to do better. It's just a quick glance, and then your power in getting to your destination is looking in the future, looking out your windscreen and following that GPS that's going to take you to those mountains. That's what a spending plan is. Okay, a spending plan is like a crystal ball showing you your perfect spending year up to 30 years of how you choose to spend your money. And then it also is like a GPS that shows you how to do it. As opposed to a budget is two-dimensional, income and expenses. And it focuses very heavily on income. And with that, you track your spending, and it says it's possible to pay your bills. You should be able to pay your bills. Good luck with paying your bills. But it lacks that third dimension, which is the missing link, which is what a spending plan has. And that is, it shows you how to pay your bills. How does a spending plan show you how to pay your bills? By adding in that vital missing third dimension of timing. It's the timing of your income and the timing of your expenses coming in and out of your bank accounts, so that you can literally see in the future if you're going to have money on a certain day to pay for that bill or that expense or buy little Johnny a gift, as well as whether you'll have money there for those unexpected things that do happen. And So it is all about the future, a spending plan. It's called a plan because it hasn't happened yet. Just like when you built your home or a home you lived in had a plan, a blueprint, you couldn't live in it until it actually became a house, till it was built. And so that's what we do in a spending plan is we create your virtual perfect spending year in the planner, which is a software, which is only $10 a month. And then my service is to help you create that and live that. And then you, when you get happy with your plan, and it tells you your truth, whether you can afford things or not. And we also cover the 6 types of ways that you can spend we all spend our money to make sure that they're all included, which includes the planned expenses, unplanned expenses, replacement things that we tend not to, we put our head in the sand and think, oh, my fridge is going to last forever, but your fridge will need replacing. So we think about all the areas that you need to plan for your spending. So there are no unexpected money stresses that come in because you weren't prepared. Sadly, last night, my son on the way home got in a car accident. It was a 7-car. There was, he said that there was 7 cars ahead. It was on the freeway, merging from one freeway to the next. And sorry about that. And the 7 cars in front on a freeway started to back up. So, of course, 6 cars after that all landed, and my son was in the furthest back car. And so that really shook them up. But like his wife said, I am so glad we have a spending plan because, like I teach, you need to have money in a bank account. And I call it the big bad wolf to protect you from when the big bad wolf visits your home, which they will. And especially if you have cars, there's always big bad wolf, unexpected things that happen. They had the money that they had for the excess of their insurance that we all generally have an excess, which most people don't even have that money for. But they had that money so that they can now get their car fixed. And so a spending plan is really liberating. Again, a budget is restrictive. Just the word budget in itself is restrictive, but a spending plan shows you your truth in the future. You can see that you can cover all your bills, so you can automate them. It takes as little as 10 minutes a pay cycle to do your finances because you've already initially put in how you're going to spend your money. It's not a monthly budget. It's not a yearly budget. It's always seen into the future. And I did mine 19 years ago when I stopped budgeting. I said there has to be something better to help me save money. I was basically paying my bills most of the time with a budget, but a lot of time I got it wrong, saying you should be able to, and sometimes, no, I didn't have the money. Where with a spending plan, you will know exactly that you can do it. So to me, a budget focuses a lot in the past. I focus with my spending plan about your spending in the future. When I work with people and they say, oh, especially maybe after Christmas, if they maybe spent a little bit too much, I just say, okay, that is in the past. And the spending plan, we get it up to date very quickly and say, okay, let's start afresh. Every day in the spending plan is a new beginning. But of course, as you see the progress and your wins, you constantly have wins in your spending plan because you can see the benefit of seeing in the future and keeping to your plan. So, and last of all is this time of the year, it's Easter. We have Easter coming up, Good Friday on Friday, and Easter Sunday. And if you're in Australia, it's a 4-day weekend with Easter Monday. And what a better new beginning than every day, whether you're a Christian or it doesn't matter, that every day is a new beginning for you to be a better person. Every day is a day for you to get rid of the past, forgive people, and resolve anything in your life that you don't want. Every day is that day to start that and to move forward. And so what a beautiful time of the year it is with Easter coming up, which was a new beginning. In the US, it's springtime. And so, the birds are chirping, the chickens are being hatched and all that. In Australia, yeah, that is. I mean, we're going into winter, but it still is beautiful weather and beautiful flowers blooming outside my window. So it's a new beginning. And so this is just a perfect time that if you set goals on January 1st to do better with your finances, to become more organized, which I teach you how to have an effective bank structure and to organize, to make sure every account has a specific purpose that covers the 6 expense types so that everything is covered, so that you can have total financial peace in your finances like we have enjoyed for the last 19 years. And that you can do those things that you want to do. Like, for example, a week or so ago, I just booked a flight to go see my family in the States. And that's exciting because for the last 2.5 years, we've not been able to go because of COVID. And so it's a new beginning to travel again. And I'm really excited to do that later in June. So thank you for participating. Thank you, Dawn and the others for joining us today. Hopefully this has given you inspired you to look at the new beginnings you've had in your life and how they've blessed your life. And also look at the new beginnings that you want to have in the future as you work towards them. But most of all, look at today. How can today be a new beginning? What can you do today that will make tomorrow even better? And what can you do today that will bring rewards and wins today, but continues to be wins in the future as well? And for all of us, we all can just think of one area or one characteristic that we want to be better in. And then again, if it's in regards to money, if you want to be more organized with your money and have that financial peace, ditch budgeting like I did 19 years ago and learn about a spending plan. Now, the areas that you can learn about that is below. Just put your name, yes, please, intro course. I have an introductory course, which will go into more about what a spending plan is. And so if you're interested in that free access, it's 30-day access to that. And just put in intro course. If you want a free session with me, a money chat, where we'll just chat and I'll answer any questions and give you that hope, because that's what it brings. A spending plan brings so much financial hope. It eliminates money stress and creates money success. Also, tomorrow night, which is in Brisbane time on Wednesday at 6 p.m., I have a webinar. So I have webinars on the 2nd and 4th Wednesday of the month, 6 o'clock Brisbane time. And that's just an information where you can come and I have a presentation where I'll just explain some of what I've done today, as well as more of what the benefits are of having a spending plan versus a budget. And then also on the 1st and 3rd Tuesdays, I also have that information session. So basically every week, whether it's Tuesday during the day or Wednesday at night, there's always an information session that you can join in. So so if you're not on my Facebook group, check out my Facebook group. It's Happy Spenders Beyond Budgeting, because that's what I do, is I help you become a happy spender, which is a genuine happy spender, which I am, who plans their spending, saves for their spending, which the spending plan system software does beautifully for. Remember, that's only $10 a month. And then you can happily spend. I offer 8-week group courses. And so that's what we're in week 2 of one currently. But we start those generally every month, and such a good investment of your time and a little bit of money to get you into a place where you will quickly have financial peace and 100% clarity of your current spending and your future spending. And if you have debt, we quickly get rid of that, because with the spending plan, it just really is a proven tool. And so, and then every week we have this Essential Money Talks. So Essential Money Talks on a Tuesday at this time. I was a few minutes late, but that's okay. It's a new beginning. Every minute is a new beginning. And so I hope that you join me, learn more, be curious about what I do and how I can help you have a new beginning with your finances. You're never too late. I work with people and help them create a spending plan. I have ones who are retired, okay, because they may not have been very good with their money, but now they're retired and they have their retirement money. That has to last. And so to them, it's a new beginning to create that spending plan and to live that. I have ones who are high school students who realize they're not going to be taught in school. And so they want to have that new beginning because they're going to go out and get their first job, or uni graduates. And so they want that. Sadly, there's many single parents or single mothers that find themselves single, and that's a new beginning. And that's really an opportunity and a time to really look at the finances, because that usually is quite a big stress. In fact, money is a stress in relationships, and a lot of relationships break down because of money. You don't need to. And that's because they're using a budget. A spending plan reunites and unifies partners in their finances. And then, I have just all ages. And so it's time. It's a new beginning. I work with a lot of, say, late 20s, 30s, who are single, who realize that they've been working for the last 10, 12 years, and they have nothing to show for it. And they realize it's time to become an adult and act like an adult and, get their first home or use their money wisely. So no matter where you are on the spectrum, and not to forget those who say, I'm good with money. And I say, okay, yeah, you may be good with money, because you can only be good with money with a budget, but you can be amazing with money with a spending plan. So you don't know what you don't know. Be curious, learn, and see if this a spending plan, and I promise you that you will be able to achieve your goals. If you have financial dreams that you buried because you just think you'll never get there, I can help you unbury those. And most of the clients that I worked with, in their first year, they wanted to go overseas, and most of them did, because it's amazing how much money leaks from our spending. But with a spending plan, you can see every dollar. We give it a job, and it shows you if you have extra money at any point. If bills came in less, it will tell you your truth. And so it's really exciting to put you 100% in control over your finances. So I'm going to finish there. So again, put down below if you want access to my intro course, which is also a welcome gift when you join my Happy Spenders Facebook group. That will give you that opportunity. If you want a 30-minute chat with me, I'd love to chat with you. And I have a booking link that will have times that are available to you, as well as I have webinars, one tomorrow night. But all that information is in my Facebook group. And I'd love to see you at one of them. So I will just finish today and just saying today is a new beginning. And you have the power to make tomorrow better because you started a new beginning today. Okay, thank you so much. And I will see you next Tuesday for the next Essential Money Talks. Or if not before, we'll see you at the webinar tomorrow night. Okay, bye-bye and happy Easter.